Hi, neutrality in international relations is a complex and often contentious topic, reflecting a nation's choice to abstain from military alliances and conflicts. Throughout history, certain countries have embraced neutrality as a cornerstone of their foreign policy, often navigating the treacherous waters of global politics with a steadfast commitment to non-involvement. These nations have carved out unique identities on the world stage, often serving as mediators, hosts for diplomatic negotiations, and havens for refugees. This exploration of neutral countries delves into their historical contexts, motivations for neutrality, and the implications of their stance in a world rife with conflict. Switzerland is perhaps the most iconic example of a neutral country, having maintained its neutrality for over 2 centuries. The Swiss Confederation adopted a policy of neutrality during the early 19th century, particularly after the Napoleonic Wars, when the Congress of Vienna in 1815 recognized Swiss neutrality as a fundamental aspect of European stability. This policy allowed Switzerland to avoid the devastation of the world wars that ravaged much of Europe in the 20th century. The Swiss people take immense pride in their nation's neutrality, viewing it as a reflection of their commitment to peace and humanitarian values. The country has also established itself as a hub for international diplomacy, hosting organizations like the Red Cross and various United Nations agencies in Geneva. Switzerland's neutrality is not merely a passive stance, it is an active engagement in global affairs, promoting dialogue and cooperation while refraining from military alliances. Another notable neutral country is Sweden, which has pursued a policy of neutrality since the early 19th century. Following the Napoleonic Wars, Sweden adopted a non-aligned position that has allowed it to avoid involvement in major conflicts, including both world wars. Sweden's neutrality has enabled it to develop a robust welfare state and invest in social programs, contributing to its reputation as one of the world's most progressive nations. The Swedish government has often positioned itself as a mediator in international disputes, advocating for disarmament and peaceful conflict resolution. Sweden's commitment to neutrality has also fostered a strong sense of national identity, characterized by values of equality, democracy, and human rights. This identity is reflected in Sweden's active participation in international organizations and its efforts to promote global peace initiatives. Finland presents another compelling case of neutrality in a geopolitical context dominated by larger powers. After gaining independence from Russia in 1917, Finland adopted a policy of neutrality, particularly during the Cold War, when it sought to navigate the delicate balance between the Soviet Union and the West. The Finnish concept of Finlandization refers to the country's ability to maintain its sovereignty while accommodating the interests of its powerful neighbor. This pragmatic approach allowed Finland to develop strong economic ties with both sides of the Iron Curtain, fostering a unique position as a bridge between East and West. Finland's neutrality has not only contributed to its stability but has also allowed it to cultivate a reputation for innovation and social progress, with a strong emphasis on education and environmental sustainability. Ireland, too, has a long history of neutrality, particularly during the tumultuous periods of the 20th century. Following its independence from Britain in 1922, Ireland adopted a policy of military neutrality, which it maintained during World War II. The Irish government faced significant pressure to join the Allied forces, but it chose to remain neutral, a decision rooted in a desire to avoid further conflict and maintain its sovereignty. Ireland's neutrality has allowed it to develop a distinct national identity, characterized by a commitment to peace and diplomacy. In recent years, Ireland has played an active role in international peacekeeping missions and has contributed to humanitarian efforts worldwide, demonstrating that neutrality does not equate to isolationism but can instead foster a proactive approach to global challenges. Austria's neutrality is another significant example, particularly in the aftermath of World War II. Following its annexation by Nazi Germany and subsequent liberation, Austria declared its neutrality in 1955, which was formalized in the Austrian State Treaty. This policy has allowed Austria to maintain a non-aligned status in the Cold War era, fostering a sense of stability and security within its borders. Austria has positioned itself as a neutral ground for international negotiations and diplomacy, hosting various summits and conferences. The Austrian commitment to neutrality is deeply ingrained in its national identity, emphasizing the importance of dialogue, cooperation, and respect for international law. The concept of neutrality is not limited to Europe, it can also be found in various countries across the globe. Costa Rica is a prime example of a neutral nation in Central America. Following a civil war in 1948, Costa Rica abolished its military and adopted a constitution that enshrined a commitment to peace and neutrality. This decision has allowed Costa Rica to focus on social development, education, and environmental conservation, making it a model for sustainable development in the region. Costa Rica's neutrality has also enabled it to play a significant role in international diplomacy. Advocating for disarmament and human rights, the country has positioned itself as a leader in environmental issues and has become a sanctuary for biodiversity, further reinforcing its commitment to peace and sustainability. In Asia, Japan's post-World War II pacifism can be interpreted as a form of neutrality. Although it operates within a complex security framework, after the war, Japan adopted a constitution that renounced the use of force and prohibited maintaining military forces for warfare. This pacifist stance has shaped Japan's foreign policy, emphasizing diplomacy and economic cooperation, while Japan has engaged in collective security arrangements, particularly with the United States. Its commitment to peace remains a fundamental aspect of its national identity. Japan's approach to neutrality reflects a desire to learn from the past and promote stability in the region. Contributing to its reputation as a global leader in technology, culture, and humanitarian efforts, the motivations behind neutrality can vary significantly from one country to another. Often influenced by historical, cultural, and geopolitical factors, for many neutral countries, the desire to avoid the devastation of war is paramount. The memories of past conflicts, whether through direct involvement or as victims of aggression, shape national policies and inform the collective consciousness of these nations. Neutrality often serves as a protective shield, allowing countries to focus on internal development and social cohesion without the distractions of external conflicts. Additionally, neutrality can provide countries with a unique diplomatic leverage, enabling them to act as intermediaries in international disputes. Neutral nations often possess a degree of trust from conflicting parties, allowing them to facilitate dialogue and negotiations that may be challenging for other countries. This role as mediators can enhance a nation's international standing, fostering goodwill and cooperation on various global issues. The ability to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes while maintaining a neutral stance is a delicate balance, requiring skillful diplomacy and a deep understanding of global dynamics. However, neutrality is not without its challenges. Neutral countries often face pressure from both sides in conflicts, with demands for support or alignment. The commitment to neutrality can be tested during times of crisis, as nations grapple with moral dilemmas and the implications of inaction. The rise of global challenges, such as climate change, terrorism, and human rights abuses, poses additional questions for neutral countries about their responsibilities in the international community. The balance between maintaining neutrality and actively addressing global issues is an ongoing debate, with some arguing that neutrality can lead to complacency in the face of injustice. In the contemporary world, the relevance of neutrality continues to evolve. The rise of globalization and interconnectedness has blurred the lines between domestic and international issues, prompting neutral countries to reassess their roles in addressing global challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic, for instance, highlighted the need for international cooperation and solidarity, raising questions about the effectiveness of neutrality in a crisis that transcends borders. Neutral countries have had to navigate complex dynamics, balancing their commitments to non-involvement with the urgent need for collective action. Furthermore, the emergence of new geopolitical tensions, such as the rivalry between major powers and the resurgence of nationalism, has tested the resilience of neutral countries. As the global landscape shifts, these nations must adapt their strategies to maintain their neutrality while effectively engaging with a rapidly changing world. The challenge lies in finding a balance between safeguarding national interests and contributing to global stability and peace. In conclusion, neutral countries play a vital role in the international system, embodying a commitment to peace, diplomacy, and humanitarian values. Their historical contexts, motivations for neutrality, and responses to contemporary challenges illustrate the complexities of navigating a world fraught with conflict. Neutrality allows these nations to carve out unique identities, serving as mediators and advocates for cooperation while maintaining their sovereignty. As the global landscape continues to evolve, the relevance of neutrality remains a topic of discussion, prompting neutral countries to reassess their roles and responsibilities in an interconnected world. Ultimately, the enduring commitment to neutrality reflects a profound aspiration for a more peaceful and collaborative global community, where dialogue prevails over conflict and cooperation triumphs over division.